Atukwitato Amaru tunekanisa Dolopiko kene atata itike mke Jora Mesh Records Amuria Musumato Sahula Ejenge konine Kade ke daritengo Tikole ngatwana Kade ke daritengo Ejenge babakane Kade ke daritengo
People, welcome back here to another exciting episode of this program. This is Taste of Vibes. Taste of Vibes on Facebook, Taste of Vibes on YouTube, Taste of Vibes on Twitter. If you're new here, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit on that bell icon to see notification whenever we upload a video. In this program, we host different celebrities in the world of entertainment. Could be in politics, in agriculture, finance. We even bring you motivational speakers in instance that these stories may inspire you or me, the person who's outside there watching me, could be inspired by these stories. So that's why I bring you these stories. So I thank everyone who watches our videos and keep sharing them. Please share, and let it reach to everyone. On the program today, we have quite an interesting gentleman. He is a very funny man. He's a radio personality. He is a father. He is a comedian. And he's a very celebrated person. We want to know the story of this guy. How did this start? He's going to take us through the whole of his life story, his life journey. Yes, let me introduce to you to my guest tonight. He is called RCC Dolopiko. He'll tell us why he's called RCC. Yes, boss. How are you?
I'm cool.
Yeah, very Joe.
I'm very ngatama it.
Ijo iportongo nira rijo ara ibo just lo ekoro regno portongo narebo.
Mama jasikaru.
Jasikaru. Karu ni masaibo.
Puma mga pera itun. Kunya jini ngochut boy. I have lived.
So imala waje tungabere wakitunga.
First and foremost, akwatinga charo our subscribers and our viewers tonight. My name is RCC Dolopiko. I want to be very appreciative and say thank you so much for viewing on this. And I want to say that it's quite a very, very big, interesting time with me and the Taste of Vibes family, Emuria TV, what and what so forth. But I am very cool.
Yala mano introduction muzei Dolopiko ngona lopeta lomo. So Dolopiko, why RCC Dolopiko? Why RCC? Why that name RCC? What does it mean?
RCC is Sarakinebu. Those are the initials. So it is Sarakinebu, a Kotama Regional Comedy Commander, depending on the deployment.
Now, how did you get the title on? Who gave you the title?
A title on Ajapa Kanajiora Peseka Nanyaritai, Pesananyaritai, Apolot. Patricia na Rono Uganda na ngegumi.
Yes. Kickboxer.
Very good.
A
packing in Jaisos Kumi, boys na baka Secret Heart, Ajasi General Sinadia was General Peter Luelu, Ajaibodo Bobekata tight da Andrew Sorwen. So it happened that time. Yanga Ejakait Lanyarta called Israel. PC 14 Buto in brackets.
Rest in peace.
May soul rest in peace. Nyesi adumnenge kilorungon RCC Dolopi RCC. But in first place anyarawengo Padorifics.
So apparently you like from Padorifics to RCC Dolopiko.
I changed from Padorifics to Apollon Dolopiko earlier because I was named by my brother, my son, my friend. My teacher, my mentor, Jaka Ngole Nyarita Fortune Buto. Ngesa Mike Nongekiro Dolopiko, but it was only upgraded by RCC Apollon Dolopiko that day when Apollo was fighting.
Okay. So take us back by con life kaunge na. Kwani bigeo na jo aurun kwani Apollon Dolopiko. Kwa nesa dite. How was he? Tell us.
A very humble man. Omine deke.
I be chalongon like roots. I be just roots mon. I be chalo.
Renge Oriatalo Akiro Janet Lea, Papaka, Lupota Lucius, Ochalo Alo Kumi from Kumi Municipality, Kumi District, Southern Division, Otipe Ward. Tipe.
Ajakatlo. So, ekonwa kidomo sangina kere.
Kere totoka ilo mutongero dodo duko enoskido kilenike. Otipe.
So take us through Dolopiko ngone when he was young. How was he?
Still I believe I started being funny when I was in the stomach. Because I could apeta mojongo.
Ahora ni wali amojo iko kuyele beja around a comedian.
Donge sabala be bole koka ko ekwa beje.
Ota pete pete.
E uti ke kavio. Aji osongo kada amwete.
Kore alamu ni roka pake.
No, aji esale nyami amojongo e poti nyama tako eke ko samo ete kabe kese gate nyam. Ai lanyengo. So it could lead to a fight.
So, Dolopiko, eshobiti by you.
From P1, Arereji Nasari, there are 20 P7. I show me taking the Pesomero Nyara Kumi or Tipe Primary School.
Nyoni Tipe.
At Sorenga to court, and on a Sangara Kitty Malimuna, some marking guides, so subjects scrapping at science majorly, Amsugun, Nepepekeda SST. Reading was a pass by because it was not subject to me. Dodo Bon had a problem, yes, I'm
I am married to you.
I was 64, 70.
Koya Musugun SST.
95. Let's talk about 95. In 2005, I sat for my PLOE.
You know, Tipe Primary School.
Primary school.
Always will I China.
I'm going a biror.
Hey,
I'm going a biror.
Amasaibo.
I got something very nepen and 9 Lamar. And 9 Lamar. Because my father was a very big man, legit person, said, you know, you can't go anywhere with the mathematics and 9. Bongo in P7. Performed very well. I got 17 finally in 2006. Wow. Before that, Dolopiko, the family where I come from, I want to tell someone outside there watching.
Yes. You who is watching us, this is Taste of Vibes. If you're new, please go subscribe to our channel. We are still having RCC Dolopiko. He's taking us through his life story. Yes, Dolopiko.
When I was a young person,
yes, please.
I had very much trauma. All the time I was seeing fightings between my mother and my dad. That thing haunted my lifestyle. I felt so bad. I couldn't touch my father back, though my brothers could beat him back. But all in all, I used to suffer that. From nowhere, Eluluki, that thing pained me. I come from a family by then which was suppressed by domestic violence. 24/7, Ejios Papa Katoka Chelasi.
It could really affect the child also.
Ejikno Satome, Itome Yari, Inyang.
Yes, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers.
Yeah. So now, I was wise in class where, yes, but unfortunately, that was the thing. But my father, after getting saved, changed. Ajango primary, my father used to tell me that to Shomo Joko, 2 Bidumjo Division 2, Division 1. I'm taking you to Ngora High School, Teso College Aloet, Rock High.
Some of the top schools in Teso.
Yes, and Budo girls.
Girls,
something of Budo sort. I don't remember.
Budo SS.
Yeah. So now, my father, when I was in P6, Papa started this behavior of getting other girlfriends, actually woman friends. He got a woman. I know her. She's still existing. She bewitched him. Man, Papa Kaitaibo Bashoman, Bale priority in the universe.
Oh, so it affected your education?
So now, even the promises he had made that if you passed in Division 2, Division 1.
Also, Ngora High.
Ngora High, Budo SS. By the time I started for my examination, he was very happy when I failed. For the first time, I went back to school, never lost hope. When I passed in Division 2, and I was the first. Others, the first one who followed me, I got 17. The other one got 19, the second one. All the head teachers were very appreciative of my husband, but that is Opado. Because those are my biological name, Opado Julius, fully. Yes. So when I now sat in for my when I was supposed to join my O level, my father was deeply in love with this woman. Okay. He looked at joining senior as he was looking at it as if it was committing suicide. Mama Kota Ipup, my cousin, is the one who escorted me to pick admission in Bishop Maraka College. That's now in year 2007. Term 1 I studied, I used to foot from Otipe village up to Bishop Maraka
By the way,
College.
still Majente Bishop Maraka. I can't manage.
Bishop Maraka College, Jayo Shape, that is southern, northern division, something of sort. As you're heading to Ongino.
Yes, but lakan so Tebe yo ya anyu I alosta ke ya no tipe. Tony kwapo na nyini paran for the full year.
Not full year, first term.
For the one term, eh?
I never performed well because of footing.
Yeah,
In my term 1, my father did not even pay a half of the school fees that was needed at school. Term 2, my uncles advised me that come to Nyerorokai School, at least here we can maneuver. Term 2, I went to Nyerorokai School with a debt in Bishop Maraka College. They gave me a report card because I was very brilliant with other things. Bribery, that was my work. So now, when I joined Nyerorokai School, that is 2007, second term, I did everything I could see to make sure that I will beat my opponents at school. But all in all, my father never paid tuition. He said the school is for is in your mother's parents' land, and indeed Nyerorokai School is located in my mother's place. He said even the teachers are from your mother's clan. What else do you want? Why do you want to pay school fees? Yeah. I told him that school is run by different bodies. He said, no, I can't pay. Go and study. That's your mother's home. During the time of sitting in for papers, nobody could give me opportunity.
Because I've not paid the school fees.
Paid school fees. I've studied for 4 months, but I'm not sitting in the final examination, end of year term exam. So now, it suffocated me highly.
So that was the second term?
It made me feel so diminished, as if I come from a family which is headed by poverty. Yet my father had enough things that could pay my school fees. Term 2 got done, I came back home. Term 3 happened, I went back, still sat in for DD or attended classes. But the other woman, Nairomaskera Papaka, also comes from Nyero. Used to go and tell my dad, oh, we saw your son is a singer. I'm an kapunu takes a video about booking a singer.
Was it true?
Not even was it true. That was a really lugambo. Of even basing on no facts, that thing tortured me.
Hurts.
So now, sir, at the time I went back, attended classes, sitting in examination, I was again chased because I didn't have a clearance. I said no.
So that was a promotional term, Kwana?
Yes, I said no to education. I came back. I almost ran mad.
So where do you go?
2008, I was hustling in the village. 2009, my brain went on jam.
So those are 2 years you were off?
It froze. I went to the swamp. I lived in the swampy areas from morning to morning. When I come up, I feel like seeing my dad is a problem to me as Dolopiko. I said, no, what can I do? People could visit me in the swamp. No, you're a very young man, come back home. But I didn't know what was making me run mad. If my father is setting off from home to look for me in urban area, I was in urban, that's a swamp. To look for me in the swamp, before he leaves, I'm seeing him. When he comes to where I am, by that time I will have left that place and I'm in a different location.
How are you living? How are you living there? Because you need to eat. What? Could you eat?
I used to eat in a very funny way. I I used to akoko iborol podidikamun, and that I think that akoko is not recorded by God because one, it was petty theft. Akoko I tola, I rute muogo, I pay or samaya.
Aloja ijara for it to survive.
Push life.
Okay.
Yeah. One time my brother cousin
Bro.
came to the swamp, talked to me as a brother, told me, Dolopiko, no, you need to come home. That is 2009 I'm talking about. I went to home. When I went to home, his place, not my dad's location,
At your brother's place.
gave me opportunity of selling his shop. But because of the business language born in me, I managed. We made sales.
Good.
It was like a supermarket in a village.
And he appreciated you.
He appreciated, promised me back to school. Then that promise of back to school never came to pass.
Bosala Kiro.
I had now reconciled with my father and my dad. Forcefully, I went back home because of that promise delay. When I went to home, I saw stay geri peleko misiri netunga. Umucheri no maido koda.
Polo kutoso chalo jente sa somungen. Yituza tu atubune pelo omusida kapun. Yes.
Exactly. So now one time, I saw swam about 35 kilometers away from my village. I happened to meet a man called Ogwang and Igua.
One and Igua. Are they still existing?
Those are businessmen based in Kumi town.
They're still living?
They are available. Okay. Ogwang and Igua told me, oh, young man, how are you? Because of my being familiar to every face I meet in the first place.
You could easily make friends. So.
Can you come and join us in town? We can give you some work. I said, it's okay. I was very happy. Now we are talking about 2009.
Town.
Yes,
OTP.
I went to town. They gave me work. Idea. But because of the chest problem, yes. Keja kaita low abuton, borela tuana jakaiti. Jakaito pia wasiwasi, unachekia onaba. Now I had a chest problem. I couldn't do it. They changed me from a chuma to a bakery. I know me tunuberu. I know me tenga tunuberu tauna lukumia.
Mixing a borunkere wada.
I'm a bachelor in that. I know me tunuberu. Because of my English and my level of education, at least the people who were employed were all dropouts of maybe nursery. I started speaking fluent English when I was 12 months old.
Yes.
Yes, fluent English. Because I could.
So that was your first time in the town, Kwana?
In the town.
2009.
2009.
Did you think about going back to school?
It was not in my mind. I never had it because now the hustling in town can never remind you of. Bombay, you have tested ready money. You can. So I was staying with those of Candyman. With our,
the musician, eh?
Yes. Because that is now family. When I talk about Candyman, is family.
You related to him?
Totoke, Kedatoke, Jaji and Arwana, so it Totoke, Kedatoka, same mother, same father. Secondly, all of them are mothers.
So hello, pet.
So I was staying with them in the household in Omenga Mugati, Abongoring, and now we had a brother who was paralyzed by then. The late Okui David, may his soul rest in peace. No, Mr. Mugati or DT Road, and I was going to make a chopper. I go with it home. Nesi Inyamwe, a family for breakfast. That was part of life. Bas.
So it's my town. Bongorio or Chalo Arebo. I'm
staying now with those of Candyman. You know, Wiggins teachers' quarters. Okay. Don't you get Mr. Molly's residence by then?
Yes.
So Ibo had also. I said, if this is the life I'm supposed to live, God, thank you. Because I was not having problems, I was comfortable with it. So now it happened that there was a time. By that time now, I was elevated from a mere baker, a mere bread maker to a manager of the what? Bakery.
Yes.
But I can't go nara
And
baker.
work on his some.
Eh, baker.
So hardworking.
Hello, pengen son naba. Yeah. So Naba Samuel Ngon was my best friend in that town because he was my first employer. It came time na koto reja kait ingon leboete kede ngo. My brother who passed on. Reja kait was wanted in Kampala. The family dad, Papa Kima said, no, Dolopiko, Opadorifics, escort me to Kampala. You're going to take care of who? Your brother. We went up to Kampala.
Inyo kwani yokumia rasu kwa Kampala.
Yeah, I now left.
Chake town.
Yes, I left that life. I went to Kampala.
How was life there?
That is now year 2010. But in 2009, I settled up at Tomontare and in
Pinabaga.
we stayed in Kampala. When I went to Kampala, I started hustling still because this one was a patient. I was staying with him alone. Agwela narzanga muchoga.
Aibo.
O Kampala, I was staying in marching the roundabout.
Hey.
Because we're staying in that.
Is it around Chibuye then? Chibuye.
Chibuye. That roundabout.
Yes.
I stayed there with my brother. Even that young man called Savon of Emuria TV now.
Wow. Big up Savon. Savon is behind the camera. One love Savon. He's one good friend of ours.
When he joined us, we said my life must continue. Sometimes I could be selling apples with those of Vincent and Tony. I had crammed. Sabitano now apples, Sabitano now mchuga wali. Abantu never maraya naja unagula na never sekanyo.
So crown bitano itano. Don't buy kwatana. Gwepa balance wange.
Mpa nene kumbiri so compare apples biri so compare balance.
Wow, that's a real hustle.
Na lukumi balance way. I even went up to the extent of one time I sold the nanasi. I sold a sukai. Hey, that was life.
Oh, I saw the sukai one.
A sukai of Kampala. There was a guy who could bring a sukai. Then when he wants to go and meet his girlfriend, he tells me that I leave my brother, I go to the market. Yeah, 2010.
That's life.
This gentleman called the Candyman.
The one you were saying with your Kumi.
My brother.
Your brother.
He had joined us in Kampala, but he came back to the village. He released his song called Kayas in Yeskeda David Spider.
Kayas.
2010, it happened that my stepfather, the brother to my father, died in 2010. Olapalo showed it.
That is your uncle.
It's my uncle, according to other tribes.
That's why Papa Lodi.
Yes. So now, when he died, I was given a call. You need to come and bury your father. It took me a while. I came now after he was buried. That's when I joined him. But when I reached the village, Dolopiko, that is, you are the one who sang a Kayasi because of the voice. Yes, it was me who sang that song. So everyone was appreciating. But I said, maybe, do I have the art of singing in me? I lived in my village, but still by that 2010, my family was still suffocated by domestic violence. I got home when my mother was not staying again together with my father. She had already left.
So who was home by the time? It was only that.
My brothers, the ones who follow me. The Muse was home, but my brothers were home. Yeah, with him, my mother was no longer there. So my mother stepped and she was with her family in Nyero with the younger siblings of mine. So now, I said, but this is quite cool. What do I do to bring my mom back? I tried on phone, but it was hard. Elejo Chalo by then. I know Mama Tapali, I'm from Kampala. I claim to be weak. But the poverty is forcing me to
do it.
So I had to learn. In 2 days, I had already known how to what?
I know Mama Tapali.
So I made bricks. with them. But gambling had already inherited my life. So no matter pali no
say ilaka no matter kapuni swali okay
no marka kapun titingari jara belt billy nyakuji kapun ogeoba from where like that. So now
gambling ushari gambling Kampala.
No, it's a land gambling in the village. Yeah. So now I said, but this is it. This is really life. But my father one time told me that, oh man, I took no man. Amanya aduko ino sako ni power pakera amanya lwa turikoni. I told him yoda atwakati kulwa turikoni kere nyoma mjodi koni ai itwana. Atiala inos. Barabo nyo record bali koti yang atwana. I told him bonbe eturo bere ngaji ora papaka. Onyo do ora papaka, oloto do ora papakon. That's life. That was a simple argument because I think he understood that I deserve to be his son, and it's the reason why God made me his son.
Yeah, you stayed.
Yeah, we stayed. Now we went with the hustle. My brothers could embarrass me because they were good in making bricks and making money. He saw it and those things. Because they think they're the ones who are catering you. I just lost hope of life. But one thing, I was in talks with my mother. My mother agreed to come back home. After a while, I now made very many problems in the village. If you abuse me because I was frustrated because of my poverty state, I beat you. I beat you. I ran up to 3 cases in the village. All the cases, they want one. If I don't appear on the case to hear for the hearing of the case, Ochalo nepen LOC1. Aramanga chamuna attending a LOC1. A kote ni assaulting atengone. A kote ibunye. Papa ke nare bunye doing una loshar de ritomanangon. Yes, I learned that one. I learned when I was in the stomach. So now, after getting those 3 cases, I decided to leave village. That's now year 2012 because 2011 is when my mother came back. 2012 I went out. Nyero now. I went to Nyero to 12 officially. Ola pala toto adore bro toto la pala tomontado 2010. Bukiang and I went to her place. So boy ngina I joined a swamuna igura cement. On Nyero. I gura mingling cement.
I mixing a muchanga.
I mixing a borengo netiona swamungin katwan. Inyali tanga simit tona ngabet agiona vibrating. I reb.
Already come was near parrot.
Ilukumini kanyari. But I was staying with my grandmother. Ilukumini kanyari ngun. Ilukumit ara kesome video kere dope chapati. Ilukumit
video
are ilukumini but video I was no longer paying. Ilukumini kan I have to keep ara ilukumindi. When I less okay.
Yeah, so tatangada nkini saving ayi.
Tatangade kapon moon.
That was good, even saving.
That is 2012. Ola palo etomoneta dope. Actually, when I was mingling a cement, my team are guri anga cimitara ma mekoro sika mansion sika eka builders enga jai aswam because I used to make fun for them. Yebu abos nisage onenga igurinyo esimiteja kaitingone bugondo kere.
Sialaje ukwe.
Siala ngokui keda opakala bako team sagara.
So is it where you started seeing yourself in comedy?
Yes, but no, I saw myself in comedy, but I couldn't believe that I can do comedy. Long time. So now that time started enjoying the fruits of comedy. Because tunga igura simiti bo ejo at the end of the day you're also getting what? Money. You've not done any work.
But you're just making them laugh.
Yes. So now, one time, there was a debate in Nyaroka School. Lapora Tomontado. Awia Benson was the head teacher. And the motion was, if a girl who is studying gets pregnant, she must stay home and leave what? Academics. And it was organized by FAWE, Forum for African Women Educationalists. And the
An NGO.
was in Nyarorok High School.
So were you invited?
I was invited by the HP, Ogire Philip.
He knew you.
He knew me that I have the potential of making crowds laugh.
Hey.
And visitors were Baganda. Most of them were Baganda and the Sabine. I said, oh, I have to attend this. It was Nyarorok High School versus Mukura Memorial College. I went there. They struggled to make sure that I perform, but no one gave me opportunity. Because of my look, you know, Iraja Twani Gura Simit Sultan. If you want to become a milimil, or Dolopiko people is auto. Nara ne ingadina simit for centuries. Ne. I know Alemar because of now. So by then Ajay. So the man, it was Achut Geoffrey who was MC. Achut Godfrey, the teacher of CRI. The man had refused me to perform completely, but the children forcefully made me to what? I went and made my comedy
Within the crowd.
in line with the topic of what? Discuss.
So, you were making your comedy while the discussion was going on, or in the around the children?
Debate was done. Now they were getting what? Actually, how I performed after the debate, they wanted me to be the break for me to go and perform. But when I realized that the teacher who is emceeing is not believing in who I am, I said, no, I have to raise up my hand and act like a participant in the comedy in the debates angle. I went and gave my joke in line
With the topic.
with the topic, with the motion actually. In debate it's a motion.
Yes, emotion.
I saw everyone dying in laughter. I believe that my small English is strong.
You're so confident.
I made that joke to the point that when I came and sat, the teacher called me. First come, no, deputy first bring for me that guy. I went to Benson Awio, my first time to greet Awio, to greet a head teacher using my bare hands. Yeah, tell me more about you, asks Awio. Told Awio,
Give me a story.
I am Padorifics, come from Kumi town.
So by then you have called yourself Padorifics.
Padorifics. So now the guy told me that, are you a student here? No, I'm not a student here. I'm ex-student. I was here in 2008. Is when I dropped out decisively. He said, okay, but do you wish to study? And yes, I wish. As we were jazzing, the teacher who was emceeing now developed interest and called me back again to what? To perform. I cracked the jokes. I believe Mr. Wio Benson by that time gasped. A wee t-shirt, Mr. Wio.
Yalama.
I saw him dying in his double-seater, a sofa set. I saw
As a guest of honor.
the guests who were brought from far, outside the district, from different regions in Uganda, laughing, and they were believing that this guy is a real comedian. When I came back, Awio still called me and told me, I want to give you education. Okay. Come and study on my scholarship. I jubilated. I was very happy. I was excited. It's only unfortunate that I started copying notes. When I was home busy copying notes, a report came. Awio Benson has been transferred from Nyarorok High School to Oyam district.
Done.
I had studied what? Copying notes. So I said, God, you want me back in what?
School.
I have to go to school. The first time I called my mom, Totona again, Somero, you see what happened? I know my enemies are now happy. Those who don't wish our family well are very happy. But send me some what? 60,000. She sold her cassava and paid my what? First term. I went direct to senior 2.
Because it's you call your senior 1.
Yes, I said even if I didn't get a report, but I studied in senior 1, I can't
Same
repeat.
school, you went to Nyeros.
Yes, I went back to Nyero High School. And I had a very good friend, Mr. Aogon. My best
The MP.
friend, a teacher, not an MP. So I was now in Nyero High School, busy studying. I had friends I already made, the likes of Magor Mandeta. I said, but this is very good.
So you went up to which class in that school?
Term 1, I beat all the class members. You count that range from 2008.
And you're off coming from Muhaso.
I beat my colleagues in geography. I got the distinction 1. They couldn't believe in me. And I speak geography up to now about the Tennessee Valley Authority, the establishment of the Tennessee Valley Authority. How was that Tennessee Valley area? There was a lot of floods. The mosquitoes were in. They had testified the area. The geography, I speak geography and work through geography. That's why we have
so
that.
You were there for which class?
Now, I was in Nyero High School. First term was paid by mom, senior 2, 2013. Yes. Term 2, I go to work. I was called to go and to make fun in a bright future.
That's a primary school.
Paid 30,000 by Mr. Pule, the director. And during my stage performance, students, better pupils, and parents, because it was an AGM, had given me money. I went and cleared my term 2.
So you're working. You got your school fees for second term from that gig.
That was me. That school had organized their AGM in the first term, but my mom had already paid my first term. So I paid my term 2 in advance because I had hope of life. Wow. That tomorrow they will demand me school
As
fees.
A wonderful story. This is Dolopiko RCC taking us through his life story, and we are still with him on Taste of Vibes. Taste of Vibes on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Go and search for Taste of Vibes. So Dolopiko, your story is really long, but let's try to move faster here.
That story is long, and it's the
can't even spend a whole day.
Why I'm bald. Now, in my term 2. I started footing from, if I heard that there is a ceremony when I was living in Nyero Center. But if I heard that there is a ceremony in Atiar, I will foot.
So that you get an opportunity to perform? To
perform when I'm
free.
Performing.
For free?
For free. I am talking about for 3,000. For 3,000. Now, I could move even up to Ogoma, Alapata, Aguru.
Just to make your name.
Olilim, to build a career. Not again to make a name. Making a name had already happened. Now a career.
A career kwa nangon.
Yes.
Comedy career. An MC.
So it happened that there was a vice chancellor tournament in Kum University. I was officially invited to go and make fun and as well do some commentary.
There you were paid?
I was paid 80,000 in total for 2 days. That was a big sum of money. I cleared my school fees with comedy. Wow. Yes. Again, IDI.
That's an organization in Kumi.
Had already given me platforms in 2012 with their end of year party, Christmas party for children.
You could MC their events.
Then they pay you 10,000, 20,000. The list was 10,000. Maximum was 20,000. But I never kept off. That's why I appreciate the IDI family. Even when I was with Nyero High School, IDI could still call me for sensitization. I used to move with them during the campaign of feeding children at school.
You're part of their team?
An artist called Stephen Destiny.
From Ngora?
Who exists Nyero. He's from Nyero.
Hey, I thought the guy is from Ngora.
He's just my neighbor. No, he's from Nyero.
Why does he put himself in Ngora?
No, he doesn't even base in Nyero. If you have ever heard him in Nyero, maybe went for other things.
No, like Ngora. Like he's always in Ngora. I thought he's from even Ngora.
No, he has some program he runs in Ngora ISA Radio. That's why you maybe visit him there. Okay. Yeah, even right now, he must have sat in for his examination in Kum University, located in Nyero. So I had already built my career through that. People loved what I do. Actually, everyone in this world loves nature. If you're naturally talented, people appreciate you a lot. My fee after 2000, when I joined school now was 10, 20.
The payment.
Before I joined school, my fee was Sirerengedeke. You have talent.
God bless you, my son.
Yes, you have talent. God bless you. That was my pay. By then, I said, Lord, if these prayers, they always say to me in this world, I believe they can come up to heaven. That's how I ended up building that career. In 2013, actually 2013, I was in senior 2. Senior 3 first term, I paid my tuition for term 2. My sister called me to go to Kampala. I went to stay again to reunite with my cousin family, those of Martha, Irene, Savon. So I went and studied in Lugazi.
So senior 3. But the always nyakara limit lo iporochali nyakara kwa papo nyakara yako.
No, I am a darling everywhere I go. I am God favored. So when I went there, they gave me opportunity to study in my senior 3 term 2. I aspired as information. I wanted entertainment. They told me entertainment will cost you money.
You got for information?
I went for information. Prefect in Risa High Standard Academy. Risa Standard Academy. That's in Lugasi, behind Cable Corporation. My friend Savon went for some position, I don't remember. And I never performed well.
At school?
At school, I got 9s in a remix version.
There were very many.
I had about 17 9s. So now, my big man Savon said, no, can we go back to Teso? I came back to Teso, Savon remained in Kampala. I came back up to Nyeroro High School.
One term?
Yeah, after one term, that's actual term, 2 terms 3. I came back for my senior 4, back Nyeroro High School. They permitted me.
We just started.
When I was in my senior 4, I hated revising books because I believe that if a teacher is teaching and I'm attentive, then I develop love for that topic, it's a done deal.
How was that?
I recall that situation and that scenario. I passed by God's grace. Term 2, term 3 again, another jam happened. Now I am paying my school fees with my talent. I get functions.
You're now working, officially working.
Yeah, term 3, there was a project we were doing with IDI. That project took fully my attention.
And it was UNEB, year for UNEB?
It was a year for UNEB on my side. My uncle could laugh at Dolopiko, but Padorifics, no, if you pass, I will give you 17 acres of land to put a school. I told Uncle Kololong, you will not manage me, I will pass, you will lose that land. When the results came, actually when I sat now, we were shooting that movie called Wasted Future.
It was also, it was a movie.
With IDI. I have a big role. I am acting as a sub-county chief. I had no time for books. Children in maybe practicals, preps, I have no time. I said I have to pass, whether they want it or not. But I'm not going to school. But I could still an hour time. Sani kanyangonula tipuruch. 3 a.m. I'm in class reading. By the time those children come for earlier dawns,
You're done.
I'm done. I'm leaving. Even if it was 20 minutes I've read, I've understood the topic I've read, I'm home. I sat in for my examination. One time my physics teacher told me, if Dolopiko passes, I will pay for his full semester if he goes to university, if he goes for a course, if he went to HSC, I will pay for his first term, including the requirements. He is a quasi student. I told my teacher, sir, you are a quasi teacher as well. How dare you come and what? Put line marks on someone's academics. Why are you putting for me limits? I have a right to pass.
Yes, what happened? What were the results?
But when he said that, after that statement, I told him, when you come to class, if I take 30 minutes, it will be 10 minutes seated, you go back because we are going to fight. If you come, I also came outside, you can continue with teaching. And I told him, I promise I will never pass your subject. Even if you dug my brain and put your what? Your physics books, I will not go.
So you just hated him, naturally?
No, it was because it was a fight. But I also had the right, because I never wanted him. I never wanted to read something that I will never understand. Physics is a hard thing about oscillation, but then the coins, what, that nonsense of talking about pendulum bob, what, Archimedes principle. That one I crammed that one. Archimedes principle states that when the body is wholly or fully or partially immersed in water, it will experience anapro thrust, which is that one. I said if they bring that one, I've passed your physics.
But rest calculation.
Those calculation nonsense, it is none of my business. And it is at home. If you have a child who wants education, focus on that one. Leave the rest. Don't struggle. So I said, let me not struggle with the physics. Let me go direct and do other things. When I sat in for my examinations, results came when I had my beautiful girlfriend at home.
So there you are.
Lozera. I was with Lozera. The results have come. The MTN has sent me a message to check your results. Dial this. Send a message to this. I did that when I was going to buy my what? Meat. And I was buying a quarter of meat. A quarter. I bought it.
For the two of you?
A quarter. We were two. In fact, even neighbors are aware that I'm a selfish man. Now, I've sent the message to Neb.
Now that time of waiting, tell me, how are you feeling?
I am now on my way. A message took long.
The heartbeat.
Until I reached where?
To the butcher.
To home now. I've already finished buying. I got Lozra busy mopping our floor, which has no carpet. She has set fire. She's waiting for me. I came with food. I gave her food. I remembered that I sent a message. When I reached home, pop! The message came. Now checking the results, I'm freezing. I said, no, God, I have to check my results. These are my own results. I have to check. Oh! I opened. Then again, turned off the phone without seeing. Shut my phone down. You know this idle house phones?
Yes.
Shut it down. And I said, no. But why must I fear? That is what I've sown. So I should read what I've what?
Yes.
Ibore way to jo. Ebedi reiki na ara sak. Ara read of him walking do muti right ya to aqua tauni. Look on. I said if I'm going to harvest my 9/9s, I have a right to harvest. Opening the message boldly. But with too much anxiety.
Opado Julius.
Opado Julius. Index number, I don't remember because again, it has nothing to owe me now. I went direct to the results. The first 3 subjects, I had history, I have Bala 5. I saw geography, I have 7. I said, God, thank you. So, God, thank you. I checked on mathematics, I have 8. And may God be a living God. I'm now bold. I check biology 8. And God, thank you. Checking physics 9. And I say, it is even necessary because my paradigm it's
okay.
It's okay. I moved further. I saw a test of 4. I saw English, I have 6. And may the living God be praised.
Physics, but we are 9.
Physics, but 9, and I had my.
And you knew you would get it.
49 aggregates.
And you knew you would get it.
I had already confirmed 9 of physics. Now I went back to IDI. I said, guys, I've passed. People could travel from Ongino, Mukongoro, Serere to come and see their children's results, but they are looking at mine at first. Dolopiko passed. Then meaning the examination was what? Very cheap.
It was easy.
Then they see their children who could read 24/7. They have 9s. 7 nines,
What?
5
What happened?
nines.
What happened?
My colleagues who could make a Kwamo Somero with me have 9s. Now I was waiting to see this man who is called the Mr. Onyai.
Wants to pay you your
Wants to
tuition.
pay my tuition. And I said, this man has lost. This is 1-0. And my uncle has also lost.
But did you give the land?
My uncle to give me land.
That's what it is.
How can he give me land? The land I cultivate already. So now we met in the evening. I was moving in my lozy by in town. Uncle asks, "Apoti results, have you passed?" Mama, at Tuben.
Yes.
I'm a baiting you. Engoba, Tuben oba. Ebarabes, a sabite chat joy you never know. Results. A sabite chat joy you never results. I'm a right to beat. Chat one in.
Couldn't believe it.
I gave him the results to see. Man, have a glory be to God. And I couldn't come sirin. I will auto corri, Nico Jokere. In fact, a lamatan, we couldn't only motor my auto corri kere. My uncle has about 25 times 3 acres.
And indeed, you said you were free to go.
Hey! Now comedy had reached to
So
its
peak.
peak now.
So you didn't go to A level.
If we're talking about geography, we were now in the Margarita level.
So you didn't
where
go.
there is magma
So
up there.
at that point, you didn't go to A level. You continued with your comedy.
I said, if I continue with the comedy, I will not be of a reason to the public. I should go to school. I came to look for my admission in. I applied in Umukat. I wanted to do journalism. I gave me 1.7 million
Sponsorship.
I came. I was living like a teacher. I saw my teachers miserable, but because of comedy, I was smart.
I thought that was your tuition.
That is tuition, but it's too much because school alone needed like something like 1.3. So now everyone is very excited. Dolopiko passing, Dolopiko. Yes, he has passed. My Lozi was very happy because I've gone through. We enjoyed life. No condoms, but we were just fine. I said, this is real life. I'm in Umukat.
Sorry.
Yes, that is life. When I was actually in my final month, because after applying I was still in the village, I met my friend in town called Fortune Buto. Told me, Dolopiko, no, you don't need to stay in Ngero, come to town. Let's make money in town. We used to go to Marama, make fun. You be paid 30,000.
So that's how you connected with the Fortune.
I met Fortune during the day the government was reading, that Matia Kasaija guy was reading a budget. And I don't remember it was.
But you were at Umkat by that time?
No, it was in my last time of work. Actually, I had already applied. I was only waiting to join.
Yes.
So I was with Fortune in Kumi Hotel with Action Aid. Fortune says, no, Dolopiko, you need to come to town. Told him I can still be in town, but sleeping in the village. If you call Ngero a village, but Ngero is a very big town because it has nursery, secondary, even primary is there, university is there, even employment is there. So it's a big town.
Yes.
I joined Fortune. We made fun. He told me Dolopiko mentioning padorifics is a hard thing. Let us go with the name of all the people. Remember, my friend, my father, the one I was named after, was called Opado Dolopiko. So why can't I use Dolopiko? If it is in English, Lodofik. If it is in Ateso, Dolopiko. But that's a good name. That's how I turned
Dolopiko.
That name. We made jokes. Now people started inviting us.
And we could move the two of you.
Hey, functions. Some functions you're told that we are giving you 150. When you go after performance, if you got 50, that's the end of the day. No one will pay the balance. We moved, even if it was 30, you agreed with the person, someone wants to pay you 20, and the balance stays with you. Said it's okay. We negotiated. The first time I got a big gig was when Robert negotiated for me, my brother Robert. Negotiated 310, I got cash, all. That's how I started, and that's how life moved on. In 2016, in 2016,
2015,
I was invited for a Poro Call Cup
That's in Kumi.
in Kumi.
But then Among was still the MP.
King Brahmo was the MP. Among was not MP by then.
King Olbani was the MC.
Among was
Was contesting,
contesting.
but she lost that election.
So now King Brahmo, who happened to be the main MC, connived with some guy. I remember him. He has a low voice when he's talking. Never allowed me to what? To have a microphone opportunity. Whenever I try to hold the microphone, this one called Okui comes. Another Okui comes and grabs the microphone. You're making noise. You're taking people's attention. Yeah, but that's why people are happy. When food was served, it was through a coupon is when you're getting what? A meal.
Yes, please.
Brahmo was given 2 coupons. Brahmo gave a second coupon to a girlfriend. Left me thirsty.
And you missed the food.
I was thirsty, hungry. And with the worst part of it is when food is served, then you don't have access to it. The levels of sugars increases. There is no way. Obuno poko mere keda Brahmo, keda Isailas. This is my friend. I already told Brahmo poko mere what happened. Abungon keda Silo, no, what do we do? I'm too hungry. I have no way to eat. He gave me 3,000 Silo. Algon Silas
MP.
MP. When Algon gave me that, but this is Padorifics. What introduced that name Padorifics to the public was the video we shot in Kampala with the Sabon.
So that was your first comedy video?
It was shot by a phone camera, Blackberry.
I remember the video was of the phone, I think, talking on phone? Yes.
I'm a remote can.
Yes.
So this is Padorifics. This is the guy who says I'm a remote can. Because Algon loves talent. But yes, what's the problem? I'm hungry. This guy was given 2 coupons. Akora kapa ekenyo, a coupon na beto. So I'm now hungry. When he gave me 3,000, I said, I have to buy something small so that I can spare transport. I now don't see my future in this town. Adora sala area mun keda kwilu Apollo kebake je meeting home again. I went to home again. I'm making Alomar. They shall bring anything good from there to you. Remember, ilukumini unido jaki na ngasala. I bought a kipi. I bought a kirdi de sparing on 1.5.
Adoro tunat.
So that's how I came to meeting. Gone. Life continued. People believed that I am entertainer now. When I joined the Umukat, I started putting price levels with the 14 Buto. Unfortunately, 2018. I started crying of my stomach uniet, of suspected food poisoning. 14 Buto participated and told me, Dolopiko, no, come to Kumi, let me take you to the place. In 2016, he was also poisoned.
Yeah, sorry.
So we went there. I went there alone. I was given time to vomit. I vomited the thing out. I moved on with life. Walaparo I kanyet. Fortune tells me, in the morning. I don't know what was the problem, and unfortunately, he died that day.
So rest in peace.
But we had come a long way, and I believe if Fortune Buto was available, the Mpamires, the Pablos wouldn't be disturbing me.
Teso.
Yes. That's how life. When I look into Teso entertainment industry, I am inspired by all the musicians we have. I look at Brother Mose.
Talked about
The reason how I even got my Lozera, it was through Brother Mose. It took me to perform in the Pearl Hotel. On Facebook, Lozera follows me. We started chatting. We ended up loving. King Featherman is a producer. He's the one who produced for me my first audio.
Yes. What is that?
So he inspired me.
Let me first take you back. I had some stories back there. You were once a video joker, like. But you didn't talk about that.
2017, after me leaving Homecat, is when I was called by some guy
Translating movies.
To go and translate movies. I beat Sultan hands down.
Aibongina, you basing yo.
I was in Ngora, E-Planet. I beat Sultan hands down. Whenever he puts a live show in Kumi, and I also have a live show, he wanted to prove it. When I put a live show there, he puts his. But the turn up for him
comedy
was very low. And I used to do basically translating with comedy. And I want to tell you today, if Savon buys machines, I'm going back to video translation.
So you still want that job? You want to do that work?
It's
you have the talent.
Me, whatever I experience, whatever I discover that I can do it. So long as I can do something, I have to do it.
Yes.
I ride a ra koko a pedo rengo. Kuna moja perenga koko. But when I start stealing, I will have to go and be robbing banks. That's what I want.
How like that one umkatine lomajo radio? What was your first gig on radio? Is it voice? I
was, after me doing an advert with Dadie in 2013. I was called to Continental. I worked for 5 days.
Why 5 days?
It was hectic.
Oh.
Because I was given a morning show. I am a student. I prayed, I said, God, if this is the work you want me to do, I can continue with this program. And they wanted me to go and study in town. They shifted me to the evening show, night show. Worked with the Super Charlie, Akero Charlie of Voice of Teso. I discovered that I have problems. Reaching home is a hard game. So I left that work. I went to concentrate on my books. But my dream was still that I want to work either in a TV or in video or in a radio. So in 2017, I was with my boss in Ngora, translating movies. It was very good work. One time, enemies traced for me
in
Ngora and stole my equipments. It was for recording video, translating videos.
Mix microphones, bro.
If we were not live on camera, I would have said the names.
You reserve the name for importance of.
But their reputation also remains good.
I believe the person has had
in the universe.
Yes.
But akoko etika boro, and God will punish them if I don't forgive them. But if I forgive them, God will what? Forgive them. When they stole those things, my boss spoke a lot of words. I said, but my madam was there. My madam came in front. When she came in front, what would have happened to my madam? She would be raped, or she would be beaten to death, or the thieves would have what? Ran. So God knows the reason why my madam went and got that the things were what? Already stolen. We tried to trace, we couldn't what? Get them. I said, but it is maybe God's what? Plan. So when the boss spoke a lot, I left there, I went back to my own what? Village. But I'd already started partnership with the Tales of Family Show music, whatever shows.
That is one of the biggest event that happens in Kampala. I think at the end of the year. Yes.
I was there.
Has been concluded?
It happened that I met one time during the Tales of Family Show event in Pal Hotel. There was a gentleman who had traveled from Kampala to come and have fun in the village. The guy developed interest in me, said, no, you need to see what is the problem, what do you need to elevate that talent of yours? I told him this and this. One time he called me to Kampala. I was shabe, I ran to Kampala sharp. When I ran to Kampala, he met me, told me, what's the problem? Let's first go and do this. We went for a party that we never, first entertain those people, but don't bring corporate what? Comedy, those are corporate people. Of course, that is nature now you're talking about. God gave me a potential of entertaining those Toro people and Summit Resort. People laughed. After the event, we went home. He told me that in the morning, you came shabe to me. That's 250,000. Go and shave. I went and looked for a salon that could shave me at 3,000. I kept what? The balance. From the next day, he told me, what's the problem? You said you want a camera? Oh, yes. I went with the Savon, we looked for a camera. That's how what? Started shooting clips. May the Lord bless him. He knows himself. He knows himself.
Sitting in the Sadeke.
Yeah. So I have been nurtured by poverty, by friends. I've passed through different hands.
He has done so many jobs. He has been a bakery, he has
I've
been potter, he has sold
fact,
shoes. He has done almost every job.
I need to be given work in parliament to represent the hustlers.
He has done every hustling job.
Member of
So what,
Parliament for
Dolopiko,
hustlers.
what is the future of our comedy in Teso Kupan? What's the future?
Now we are getting a TV. If the TV is not coming from Mukula, we are bringing a TV by we ourselves. And I believe in God, it will happen. Where the comedy is going to reach, we have hosted the Impamires, we have hosted the Pablos.
They appreciated the work of Teso.
They have appreciated and they haven't felt diminished. They are very young to our talent. But because Kampala appreciates talent,
The reason and the most difference here, for us we don't cram. There's not much cramming here. Here it is stand up.
stand-up comedy, if you're going to the stage, you're facing your fans, you can't repeat a joke. Teso is Teso. We believe in new things every day and then. So I want to be realistic to where Emuria TV, Teso Vibes, one of you must bring a TV that we have to work together and build. We have talent now. Comedy is now super because we have very many people in the comedy bracket. Only that Teso doesn't appreciate talent. In Kampala, you see those people when they are performing in Kampala. Even on stage, they are given like $50, $100. But in Teso, you get coins, numbers of phones from girls. You get. But we have tried to shape Teso to that extent of loving what we do. And nowadays, they appreciate what we do. So I say that maximum respect to the Teso persons. Thank you for loving talent.
Those who want maybe to have Dolopiko in their events, how can they get you like as an MC?
They have reached me on very many ways. And those who are willing, you can reach me on Facebook, comedian, Dolopiko RCC. Yes. And that's my page. You can also reach me on my contacts, 0784 2534 98. You can come to my my workplace, Voice of Teso. It's in Haridas Road, the opposite Flying School. That's another location. Or you can reach me through Emuria TV, or email opadojulius@gmail.com, or Emuria TV or opadojulius@Emuria TV, but on my website www.emuriatv.com, and we have fun.
Wow.
The color of your event lies on the capability of the MC.
One day, Dolopiko told me that if you want to reduce the number of cows, take me, take Dolopiko.
The in-laws will just change. That man has laughed. Of course, we said I'm an cattle. Oh, yeah, two. You bring two. You bring.
Reduce even to one.
They can reduce.
To half.
I love Teso so much.
Thank you so much, Opado, for honoring our invite, and thank you for being part of the show. You who is there, you can watch these videos from Teso Vibes, our YouTube page. You can also watch them from Emuria TV. Thank you so much. I'm Sultan Ali, still from Teso Vibes. Yalamano. See you.
An advice to my Teso talented people. If you believe that you have talent, don't claim that you're higher than anybody. I've seen noise from Teso musicians. I've seen noise from Teso entertainers. We don't need to make noise. Do your work. Your work will prove you. Why I respect Clever Spider, he does his work and believes that he has done his part. He's not competing with anybody openly. He does his work as a human being.
Work speaks for himself.
He respects people. Respect yourself.
Thank you so much.
Even the dress code. You see me? I believe that I am not smart, but the reason is one. I have children to take care of.
Yalamano, Sultan Ali here, represents. Thank you so much, Savon Media, one love. Yalama. See you guys.